Hey there, Chris Woods from Daily STEM, and did you know that crackers, chips, and cookies can be a great way to practice some STEM skills and also some good STEM thinking? Just find some tape measure or ruler, a calculator, a pencil, some paper, whether it's graph paper or some notebook paper will work well too. But find some chips or crackers that you've got in your cupboard or your closet, or maybe some snacks that you brought along to school, and we're going to do some STEM thinking in just a moment. Okay, so now that we got a bunch of these crackers out, and again, whichever kind of crackers or chips or cookies you may have at your home or in your lunch, take a look at some of these things. And how do you think that some of these crackers, chips, cookies were made? Were they rolled out and then cut out into pieces? Do you think they were squirted out? Or do you think some other type of technology or engineering, some sort of machinery, made some of these types of shapes? You know, each one of these has a different shape, and if you actually start thinking about, do these things tile together? Now, these graham crackers are squares, and if you take a bunch of squares, do they fit all together? Yeah, they do. And those corners, there's something about those corners that allows these to fit together. Here's some crackers that are like a hexagon shape. Remember, that's 6 sides. These fit together too. There must be something about those shapes. Do these heart-shaped crackers fit together? They do kind of fit together, but there's like an extra gap in between. These rectangles fit together. Triangles can fit together. Do these circle ones fit together? These cookies here? They kind of got a gap in between. That's a great idea to think about and see if you can figure out what makes some shapes go together with no gaps and some not. Now here's another thing that you can do. You can find the area and the perimeter of all these types of shapes. Now, if you've been doing some math in your classroom, you've probably learned a formula. It's a pretty easy one for area of a rectangle or a square, and that's length times width, or sometimes people say base times height. And you can actually grab your ruler, you can use centimeters or inches, and you can measure that base and that height, or that length and that width, and you can do some calculating, find its area, find its perimeter, and you can try that for all these different shapes. Maybe you remember the formula for a circle is pi times radius squared, or a triangle is the base times the height divided by 2, and each one of these has an area, even if it's a shape that we haven't learned a formula for yet. How could you find an area of a different shape that you've never seen or used before? Maybe it involves finding a way to break it up into shapes that you do know. Or like this one, that's a heart shape. Do you notice what it's kind of made out of? Almost looks like a couple of circles put together. A couple circles on top and then a circle on the bottom. Maybe there's a way to figure that out too. Here's another idea. You can compare all the area and perimeter information maybe with the nutrition information. Maybe there's a connection there. That's a good thing you can figure out. How much calories is there per cracker or per square inch or per square centimeter? Here's a bonus STEM challenge. Maybe you can try turning some of these into a stop motion. Maybe, you know, to me, this one almost looks like Tetris game, and you could have them moving down and fitting together. Maybe you can do something like that, or maybe you can make almost like some sort of Mario and Lego mashup, and you can grab a Lego figure and you could do it stop motion so it looks like it's jumping from cracker to cracker, and maybe collecting the coins, the cookies, you know, and like eat part of the cookie and then eats the rest. Yeah, I like games like that. And here's a bonus question. Is there a best shape for packaging or shipping some of these crackers and cookies? You know, you've probably gotten to the bottom of a bag of chips and found a whole bunch of crumbs, or same thing in a box of crackers. Did you ever think about, is there a better shape for shipping? Maybe you could think of an experiment to test that. Maybe put a few crackers inside of a bag, inside of the box, and shake it. And then try some other shapes and shake it, and see if maybe some shapes fit together better, or protect each other, or don't crumble up as well. And there's just so many different ideas of things that you could do just from some cookies and crackers that you might find in your home or find in your lunch. Thanks again, and if you want some more great STEM resources and ideas, check out Pitsco.com.